Good morning. Can everyone hear me? Yeah? Okay. How many of you were here yesterday? Oh, so okay, so it's a brand new group, more or less. All right. Welcome, everyone. This morning we are going to learn a practice known as Shodasha Adharas. The Sanskrit word Shodasha means the number 16, and Adhara means a point of support or an energy point in this context. So we are going to learn about 16 points of energy in our system, and how to meditate upon them and awaken those points of energetic support for our existence. Some of these 16 points of energy have been extracted into other yogic systems, and they are known as chakras. You heard this word chakras? Yeah, quite a few people. So these chakras, basically this is an expansion or maybe the root of the chakra system. Especially in Hatha Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, etc. They focus only on the 7 chakras which are situated along the spinal column. Okay? These are also called chakra, or sometimes also known as Padma. Whereas in the Shodasha Adharas, the 16 points of energy, 16 points of support, each one of these things has one location, it has one chakra, it has one Padma, it has a mantra, color, and so on. So it goes a little bit beyond the scope of meditation on the chakras. What we are going to do is we are going to study these Shodasha Adharas from the tradition known as Siddha Yoga. Now, a lot of times many people get confused. So many yogas. So Siddha Yoga is a new one now. No, it is not a new one. What you have when you refer to something like Iyengar Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga of Patabi Joyce or Power Yoga. Now we have Beer Yoga also in Canada. We have Goat Yoga. We have Naked Yoga. These are all basically different sequences of postures, but they are all focused on postures. Of course, the practice of postures can be meditative in its spirit. That's a different issue. But essentially, these are sequences of postures. Whereas Siddha Yoga is not a sequence of postures like this. Okay? Siddha Yoga is an entire tradition of yoga, such as Hatha Yoga and so on. And Siddha Yoga, unfortunately, hasn't been that popular, and it's almost on the brink of going out of existence. So I want to bring that Siddha Yoga tradition to the West and teach to people how powerful Siddha Yoga can be in terms of your spiritual journey. Now, if we look at the regular yoga that we practice these days, which is very popular, it is a holistic science. So we have practices in yoga to take care of the body, which is postures, asanas, to take care of our breathing and breathing rhythms in terms of pranayama. And we also have Ayurveda, which is to take care of our nutritional as well as the medicinal needs. How many of you have heard of Ayurveda? Okay, very nice. So Siddha Yoga also, on the other side, a complete and holistic science of life. So Siddha Yoga has its own yoga, yogic postures, has its own pranayama, meditation, dharana, focal points, and also it has its own medicinal system, which is known as Siddha system of medicine. So anyway, we won't go into all of those things today. Today I want to teach one little part of Siddha Yoga practices known as Shodasha Adharas, 16 basis or basis points of energy which in our system. Once again, when we are meditating on the chakras, we visualize the chakras from starting at the base of the spine, what is known as root chakra or Mooladhara, extending all the way to the crown of the head. And we locate 7 chakras along that. Whereas in Siddha Yoga tradition, the basic points of energy, they begin with the big toe. Okay? So we start with meditation later on from the left big toe and go all the way to the crown chakra. But there are many points here which is beyond the number of chakras in the yoga system. Anyway, you will notice all of those things as we go along. And also if you look at other yogic systems such as Kriya Yoga, Hatha Yoga, etc., their focus is on burning the energy. Whereas the focus of Siddha Yoga is to retain the energy and nourish ourselves with that energy. Okay, so it's a completely different approach and a different viewpoint as far as the main purpose of the system is concerned. Now, in yoga, in Tantra, Siddha Yoga includes quite a bit of tantric philosophy also. In yoga, the focus is more on what is known as Purusha, which is beyond gender and sexuality and things like that. Whereas in Tantra, we tend to look at everything as male and female, masculine and feminine kind of energies. Here, the reference is not to sexuality or gender-based differentiation, but rather the idea is that entire universe works based on three principles. One is called the principle of radiation, the other is called the principle of reflection, and third one, which is useful in some cases, is the principle of materiality. Okay? So if we look at the universe at large, there is a principle of radiation represented by the sun. So all the energy, all the light, in fact, life itself comes from the sun, radiates from the sun. Solar light has three parts. One is optical part, which is what reflects on things and people, and because of which we are able to see everything, right? So when the sun rays fall on something. Second thing is the energy aspect, which we have recently learned to master and harness and convert it into electricity and so on and so forth. Third one, which is not known to the science and much less explored, is the consciousness aspect of the solar light. That when it reaches this planet becomes various life forms. These are the three main components of the solar light. So sun is the principle of radiation in the external universe. Moon is the principle of reflection. So solar light reaches the moon, moon reflects it onto earth. So we actually are born from the sun. So we begin our journey, we emanate from the solar consciousness and we reach the lunar consciousness, and moon reflects us onto this earth. That is why the menstrual cycle of women is closely connected to the moon. So when we reach this planet, this is where the principle of materialization happens. So we become physical beings. We start our life as minerals in the ground, and from there we eventually evolve to the level of human beings. So this is how Vedic philosophy or yogic philosophy looks at things. On the other hand, Tantra adopts a slightly different principle. There they only look at the principle of radiation and the principle of reflection. The principle of radiation is often called or referred to as solar energy, or Shiva actually in Tantric philosophy, and the principle of reflection is known as Shakti. Okay? So the former is considered as masculine in its nature, the latter is considered as feminine in its nature. So the Siddha tradition adopts quite a bit of the philosophy from Tantra. So this particular style of yoga is considered more feminine in its nature because it is nourishing. As I said, other traditions of yoga focus on burning the energy. This tradition of yoga focuses on retaining the energy and nourishing oneself with that energy. Consequently, this reflects in the practices of the yoga also. So in most other yoga traditions, when you begin anything, you begin with the right side. You begin with pranayama, you usually begin with the right side. And even if you are doing postures which have both right and left aspects, you generally do the right side first and then follow it up with the left. Whereas in Siddha Yoga tradition, because it considers feminine energy more important, we begin the practices with the left always. Okay? Whether we are breathing, doing pranayama, or doing yoga postures and so on. So these are just a couple of things to observe and note in terms of the difference between the other yoga forms of practice that you may have known and Siddha Yoga form of practice. Okay? And also, when in traditional yogic forms, other traditional yogic forms, we generally begin anything with meditation on Ganesha. Everybody knows Ganesha? Okay, good. Whereas in Siddha Yoga tradition, we place Guru on a higher pedestal. So we begin with meditation on Guru first, then comes Ganesha, and lastly comes the presiding deity, the cosmic energy known as Yoga Bala. Bala, the Sanskrit word Bala literally means a child. So, you know, Balasana, right? Child pose in yoga postures. So, Yoga Bala. So, she is the goddess of yoga, yogic science, Siddha Yoga tradition. So, she is often depicted as a little girl who is here to teach us. She carries all the essence of the universe, but she in terms of appearance, she looks like a little girl. So, Yoga Bala, that is our goddess. So, we will begin the practices also by offering salutations to Guru first, Ganapati or Ganesha next, and lastly followed by Yoga Bala, and then we go into meditation. But first let us begin with some opening chants. So can I request everybody to sit straight? Make sure that your spine is erect. Bring your palms together near the heart. Make sure that all the fingers are together. Okay, some people are widening their fingers. This is Samahita Chitta, focused mind. This is mind all over the place. Make sure your mind is focused. Okay. Let us chant 3 Oms together. Take a deep inhalation. Once again. Once more. Please repeat after me. Sahana vavatu. Sahanau bhunaktu. Sahaviryam. Karavavahai. Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Please continue to keep your eyes closed, but you can relax your hands into your lap or over your knees, palms facing up. I'm going to do some further chanting for Shiva as well as Shakti in the form of Durga. Please continue to be in the meditative state and receive the sacred vibrations of those mantras. Om Sadyo Jatam Prapadyami Sadyo Jataya Vai Namo Namaha Bhave Bhave Nati Bhave Bhavasvamam Bhavodbhavaya Namaha Vamadevaya Namo Jyesthaya Namah Sreshthaya Namo Rudraya Namah Kalaya Namah Kalavikaranaya Namo Balavikaranaya Namo Balaya Namo Balapramathanaya Namah Sarva Bhutadamanaya Namo Manonmanaya Namaha Aghore Ebhyo Thagore Ebhyo Ghora Ghora Tarebhyaha Sarve Ebhya Sarva Sharve Ebhyo Namaste Astu Rudra Rupebhyaha Tatpurushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Ishana Sarva Vijjanam Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Brahmadipatir Brahmanodipatir Brahma Shivo Me Astu Sada Shivo Namo Hiranyabahave Hiranyavarnaya Hiranyarupaya Hiranyapataye Ambikapataya Umapataye Pashupataye Namo Namaha Rutagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam Urdhvaretam Virupaksham Vishwarupaya Vai Namo Namaha Sarvo Vai Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namo Astu Purusho Vai Rudrasanmaho Namo Namaha Vishwam Bhutam Bhuvanam Chitram Bahudha Jatam Jayamanam Chayat Sarvo Hyesha Rudrastasmai Rudraya Namo Astu Kadrudraya Prachetase Medhushtamaya Tavyase Vyochema Shantamagum Hrude सर्वो ह्येष रुद्रस्तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु। ओम जातवेदसे सुनवाम सोममराति यतो निदहाति वेदः सनः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वानावेव सिन्धुं दुरितात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टां दुर्गां देवीगुं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसितरसे नमः। अग्ने त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूश्च पृथ्वी बहुला न उर्वी भवा तोकाय तनयाय शम्योः विश्वानिनो दुर्गः जातवेदः सिन्धुन्ननावा दुरितातिपर्षि अग्नेय त्रिवन्मनसा गृणानो अस्माकं बोध्यवितातनूनां पृतनाजितगुं सहमानमुग्रमग्निगुं हुवेम परमात्सधस्थात् सनः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वाक्षामद्देवोति दुरितात्यग्निः प्रत्नोषि कमीढ्यो अध्वरेषु सनाच्च होता नव्यश्च सत्सि स्वाञ्च आग्ने तनुवं पिप्रय स्वास्मभ्यं च सौभगमाय जस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तं तवेन्द्र विष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाकस्य पृष्ठमभि संवसानो वैष्णवीं लोक इहमादयन्तां कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गिः प्रचोदयात्। ओम तच्छम्योरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शं नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Thank you very much. You can open your eyes. So let's begin the practice of Siddha Yoga by offering salutations to Guru, Ganesha and the Goddess. Let me show you the mudra for these salutations. Can I see everyone's palms? Okay. Now gently connect the tips of the middle finger, the ring finger and the thumb on both palms. Okay. The ladies who have lovely long nails, please make sure it's the tips of the fingers that are connected, not the nails. Okay. Nails don't have a lot of living energy, so make sure it's the balls of the fingers that are connected. Now bring them together. Okay. Connect the middle fingers and ring fingers all the way from the bottom to the top. Okay. And now connect the tips of the index and the pinkies. Okay. This is also correct. Yeah. I cannot see. Make sure. Yeah. Okay. Now place it over your crown chakra. Okay. Please repeat after me. Close your eyes. Repeat after me. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Okay, you can open your eyes, relax the mudra. Now let's offer our respects to, gratitude to Ganesha. Mudra is simple. Place your right palm over your open right palm over your left palm. Okay. If you can, if your fingers permit, then maybe you can connect the tips of the thumbs. If not, that's okay. Okay. Now place it in your lap. Close your eyes. Repeat after me. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Okay, you can open your eyes. Now to the goddess, bring your palms together near the heart. Close your eyes, repeat after me. Om Shri Paradevatayai Namaha. Shri Paradevatayai Namaha. You can open your eyes. Okay. So what we have done is offering our gratitude, our respect to the gurus who bring us, who carried this knowledge for thousands of years from one generation to another generation through oral tradition. And next we pray to Ganesha. because most of us are learning this yogic system for the first time, so that the sacred practice of learning the system of Siddha Yoga might go successfully. Thirdly, we offered our gratitude and respect to the goddess of this wisdom, the goddess who embodies this wisdom, Yoga Bala. Okay. Now the same thing we do in a little bit more physical way. By the way, is everybody able to follow my words? Okay, because I was born and brought up in India, then I lived for quite a bit in North America. So my English is a little bit weird mixture of both of them. So if you're not following my words, please don't hesitate to ask. I won't take it personally, okay? All right, so let us stand up. Okay. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Okay. Stand comfortably. Make sure your body weight is balanced on both feet. Okay. We are beginning with salutation to Guru. Okay. So we start with this posture. So we are doing Namaste, which everybody is quite familiar with. But here, normally Namaste we do here. This one is slightly different. So you clasp the hands in front of your chest. Make sure that the elbows are touching. So this is like protecting all the important organs from the heart, lungs until the crown chakra. Okay, so make sure all the palms are touching. First step, we open the palms. Look at our palms. Okay. Then we go in to ourselves and plant the hands, the palms on the ground. Okay. If you can, touch the forehead to your knees. If you cannot, that's fine. Okay. Then you extend the left foot back, right foot back, and kneel. Okay. If you can sit on your feet, on the heels, that's great. If not, that's okay. Now place your palms in front of you, but in a triangular shape. Now the elbows are spread apart. Okay. Bend forward, place them on the ground. If you can, touch the forehead to the ground. Okay. Come back up. Plant your palms on the floor, on the ground. Left foot comes forward. Right foot. Come back to the original posture. Okay. There is no need for extraneous movements, all of these things. Okay. You can just come back simply to the posture. Once again, make sure your elbows are touching. Okay. So this is known as Guru Vandanam. Okay. Salutation to the Guru. Once again, let's do one more time. So you begin with this posture. Open your palms. Go in. Palms on the ground. Maybe forehand can touch the knees. If not, that's okay. Left foot back. Right foot back. Sit in Vajrasana for a second. Look at your hands once again, the palms, but this time the elbows are wide. Okay. Now place them on the ground. Forehead goes to the ground, if you can. Come back up. Plant the palms. Left foot forward. Right foot forward. Hands come back to original position. Okay. One last time. Everybody do it at your own pace. Okay. All right. So we have done Guru Vandana, salutations to Guru. Now salutations to Ganesha. You can maybe relax for a moment. Let me demonstrate this first and then we will do it together. Okay. So we begin. We ended here after offering our respects to Guru. So we begin at the same place. Now what we are going to do, we are going to take the left foot back and plant it firmly. Okay. Don't do this. Not on your toes, but you plant it firmly, and at the same time, left hand goes to the heart. Left palm goes to the heart. Right palm is stretched in front of you, completely stretched, not like this, completely stretched. Okay. Then we do one rotation, receiving all the energy and placing it, offering it to Ganesha. Okay. And then we bring the left foot back. Okay. Let's do one by one, step by step. Okay. Now place your left foot back, make sure it's firmly planted, right leg is bent, left palm goes to the heart, right palm in front of you, horizontal, you are looking at the back of your own palm. Okay, back of your palm. Yeah. Now circle clockwise direction and offer it to Ganesha. Now bring the foot back to the front, come back here. Okay. One more time, everybody do in their own pace. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have done so far Guru and Ganesha. Now offering our respect to the goddess, the Yoga Bala. This is a variation of what is known as Siddhasana. I'll show it to you. So here we sit with your perineum on the heel of the right foot. Okay, as much as you can. If you can touch it, connect them, that's great. If not, whatever you can do. And where your toes end, that is where the heel of the left foot begins. Okay, can everyone see how my feet are aligned? Okay. So if you need to move a little bit and watch me, maybe you can. Okay, or everybody maybe sit down because this is a seated posture anyway. Okay, so right foot goes to the perineum region. If you can connect them, like if you can really sit on the heel, that's great. If not, I cannot do that. So don't worry about it. Left hand rests on the left knee. Okay, so you are almost connecting the left elbow and the left knee. Palm facing down, Chin Mudra. Right hand goes here, palm facing up, Chin Mudra. This is the mudra of the goddess. Okay. Shall I demonstrate once again? So we were here. Okay. Now we turn. So my heel of the left foot and the big toe of the right foot are connected. Okay. If you can sit on the heel with your perineum, that's great. If not, this is fine too. Okay. Again, do this only if your body permits. Okay. To the extent your body permits you to do this. If you cannot, sit in any comfortable posture, no problem. Everybody good? Okay. So first step, we touch the right knee, right palm, and right hand is on top. Okay. And left on the left knee. Okay. Number one. Yeah, that's great. Number two, bring your hands in a circular form. See how I got thumbs up on both palms? Touch your shoulders. Okay? Once again. So you came here. First thing. Second thing. Okay? Now third. Take all of this and offer it to the goddess. Okay, hands are not like this. Look at my wrists as much as possible. Okay. Everybody good? Okay. Let's do once again. So 1, 2, all of this offering to the goddess. Okay. 3 times. 1, 2, okay. All of this to the goddess. 1, 2, offering everything to the goddess. Okay, now you can relax. So before the practice, these three vandanas. Vandana means salutation or expressing our gratitude to the Guru, then followed by Ganesha, and thirdly to the goddess. Okay. Now we are going to do a little bit of stretching so that energy flows that might happen during the meditation will go unhindered through our nadi system. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do, next practice, kind of looks very similar to Janu Sirshasana or head to knee pose in the yogic postural tradition. Okay. But there is one difference here though. So what we are going to do, we are going to begin with the left side once again. So right palm is going to go to the perineum region if you can. Okay. Now here, what we are going to do is, let me demonstrate this way. In this tradition, we are going to breathe in. The focus is more going to be on retaining the prana inside, generally speaking, in Siddha Yoga tradition. So normally when we do yoga posture, we raise our hands, we breathe out, empty the stomach and lungs, and then we bend forward. But here, as I said, the focus is more on retaining the energy, nourishing ourselves. So we are going to breathe in and then bend. Okay, so this goes a little bit different from regular yoga postures that you might be practicing. So leave that there. This is Siddha Yoga tradition, as I mentioned. So here we are going to breathe in and then hold the breath in and then bend forward. So again, whatever is available to you. If only knees, that's fine. Ankles, that's great. Feet, your toes, that's amazing. If you can even bind, that's also great. Whatever is available to you this morning. Okay, and when you stay there for 8 count. Okay, after the count, you come back up, then you exhale. Did I do something wrong, or the batteries? It's okay? Back up? Yeah, okay. Okay, so once again, we are going to raise our hands, breathe in, okay, bend forward, whatever you can reach, your knees, ankles, toes, whatever you can reach, hold it there until I count 8, and then you come back up, then you exhale. Okay, let's do once again. Okay, let's do once again. Raise your hands. Okay, breathe in, reach forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back up, exhale. Okay, now do the same thing with the right leg. So fold the left leg to the perineum or as close to it as you can. Right leg stretched, same thing. Raise your hands, breathe in and go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back up, breathe out. Now stretch both legs in front of you. Same thing. Raise your hands, breathe in, reach forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Okay, come back up fully, then you breathe out and relax. Okay, do one more round of this at your own pace. Left leg first, right leg next, both legs. Breathe out through the nose, not through the mouth. Now we are going to do some practices to equalize the breath. Even though we have two nostrils, we are not always breathing through both the nostrils. At any given point of time, we will be breathing only through one nostril. Generally, when you wake up, assuming that you wake up along with the sun at sunrise time, there will be one nostril that you will be breathing through. If you want to test, you can take maybe a little bit of cotton and place it under your each of the nostrils and see when you breathe out where it is coming more strongly. So that's the nostril that is flowing. Or another easier system solution is place your index finger like this and you breathe out. Then you know which nostril, which side the air is coming more strongly. That is the side that is flowing right now. So, but when we are doing, so what happens is there is like a cycle. As I said, at sunrise you wake up breathing through one of the nostrils. All of this is assuming that you don't have cold or nose blockages and other issues. Assuming that your nose is flowing normally and freely, you wake up breathing through one of the nostrils. Then what happens? This cycle continues for 60 to 90 minutes. And then there is a 10 to 15 minutes of gap when you will be breathing through both the nostrils. Then eventually it switches to the other nostril. So let us say you woke up breathing through the right nostril, continues for an hour to hour and a half, and then 10-15 minutes you will be breathing through both the nostrils, and eventually it switches to the left. Then again you will continue on the left side for 60 to 90 minutes. Then there is a 10-15 minute gap when both are flowing, and then eventually it switches to right. So this is how the cycle continues. And this is connected to astrological phenomena, meaning which nostril will you wake up breathing with is determined by the lunar phases. There is a very close connection between the astronomical or astrological phenomena and biological phenomena. Okay, we'll talk about it on some other occasion. This is how your own breathing rhythm is connected to the rhythm of nature. Okay, this is how they are both inseparably connected, and the system works. But whenever you are meditating, it's a great idea to make sure that both the nostrils are flowing. Okay, when both the nostrils are flowing, that means your sushumna is open. Otherwise, either your pingala is open when you are breathing through the right, or your ida is open when you are breathing through the left. And if Kundalini awakening or any other energy awakening happens at these points of time, then that will be a little bit less than pleasant. Okay, so it's a good idea whenever you sit for meditation or any kind of practices, visualization, etc., or mantra meditation, make sure that both the nostrils are flowing. So because we are going to do meditation on all the 16 points of energy, we'll make sure that both the nostrils are flowing. Okay. So let's do some practices for this. Okay. One practice we are going to do is very similar to Sudarshana Kriya. Anybody heard of Sudarshana Kriya? No? Okay, that's okay then. So what we are going to do, we breathe in, raise our hands. Okay, stretch our hands and raise our hands. Hands are open, palms are open. Now you make a fist and bring them down. All breathing happens through only nose, not mouth. Okay, now when you are doing this, make sure that you are doing both the activities and both inhalation and exhalation for the same length and also with the same strength or force. Okay, usually people right? No, not like that. Okay, with equal amount of length as well as force. Okay, let's do 16 times. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now you can relax. Next next step in equalization, place your right palm over your navel region, over your stomach. left palm on top. Okay. Now you're going to breathe in, breathe out forcefully. Don't make this Kapalabhati where the focus is more on exhalation. Here equal amount of importance to both inhalation, exhalation. So abdominal breathing. Seven, continue. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, you can relax. Now, right hand continues to be on the stomach. With left hand index, close the right nostril. Okay, you can close your eyes and do this practice. Now, same thing, breathing in and out. Okay, but only with left nostril open. So close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now switch, close the left nostril, same thing, in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now go back to the first one where you place both the palms on your stomach, right on touching the body and left over, and do 16 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Relax. Okay. Now we are going to do simple alternate nostril breathing. So we begin with breathing in through the left, okay, holding and exhaling through the right, and immediately breathe in through the right. There is no holding out. As I said, the focus is more about retaining the prana in. So the focus is going to be about retaining the breath in. And we do this in 1:4:2 ratio. So I will keep the count. Once again, we start breathing in through the left, okay, and retain in for 4 count and breathe out through the right for 2 count. Then breathe in through right for 1 count, hold for 4, breathe out through left for 2 count. Let me also show you the mudra. There are different mudras that are used when we are doing alternate nostril pranayama. Generally speaking, almost all of them use the left hand, the ring finger for managing the left nostril. Either you are pressing it or releasing it, and you use the thumb to manage the right nostril, to press it and close it or release it. Okay. Regarding these 2 fingers, the location and the placement, there is differences in different mudras. So some people, Shivananda tradition, etc., they like to fold their fingers into the palm. If this is known as Vishnu mudra. So they fold these 2 fingers and managing the nostrils with these 2 fingers. Some people like to keep these 2 fingers here. This is known as Nasagra mudra or Nasikagra mudra. Okay, and then again they are using the ring finger and the thumb to manage the nostrils. In Siddha Yoga tradition, we fold the middle finger into the palm. Okay, as much as you can. If you can touch the palm, that's great. If not, whatever you can do. Okay, so here management of the nostrils is done again same through the ring finger, the left one, and the thumb, the right one. When you are holding the breath in, then you connect the index finger to the third eye chakra. Okay, rest of the time you take it off. It's not touching the body. When you are inhaling, exhaling, index is not touching the body. Only when you are retaining, you are connecting it to the third eye chakra. Everybody good? Okay, so if you want, I will demonstrate once. Just watch me and then you do while I keep the count. So inhaling through 1, close. Now connect the index finger to the third eye. Okay, hold for 4 count, release the index finger, breathe out through right nostril for 2 count. Breathe in through right, 1 count. Again, connect the index finger to the third eye, hold for 4 count, release through left for 2 count. This is 1 round. Let's do 3 such rounds. Okay. All right. Okay. Close your right, breathe in through left. 1. Hold it in, connect the index to the third eye. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through right. 1, 2. Breathe in through right. 1. Connect the index. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release the index. Breathe out through left. 1, 2. In through left. 1. Connect the index. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. 1, 2. Inhale right. 1. Connect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. Inhale left. 1. Hold in. Connect the index. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. Inhale right. 1. Hold in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. 1, 2. Thank you. Okay. So now we are going to begin meditation. We have prepared our system, our nadi system, the subtle nerves in the body, and also aligned our breath. Okay. Now we are ready to meditate upon the 16 points. You can place your hands in any comfortable posture when you are doing these meditations. Or you can do this in Chinmaya Mudra, which is very popular. Actually, in Siddha tradition, the Chinmaya Mudra is slightly different, but for today, we will adopt it with the usual Chinmaya Mudra. Place them over your knees. Okay. Generally speaking, again, if this is available, you do that. Your right leg is always down, so it is close to the perineum, and left leg is always on top. This is a general rule about Siddha Yoga. If you can, do it. If not, please feel free to sit in just any kind of comfortable posture. Okay. So we are going to begin the meditation on the 16 points with the left big toe. Okay. So if you can bring your awareness mentally and focus on there, that's great. If not, it is okay to connect it, to touch it with your right index finger. Okay, so that you can focus on the sensation of the touch. Okay, what we are going to do, I'm going to guide you through each location, each point. Okay? Then you will inhale and hold it for 16 count. Okay? If you can comfortably hold it. So when you are holding it in, then you focus on that particular location, that particular point. Here we are not doing much visualization, just focus on that point, that's all, mentally. And then when I say relax, then you breathe out. And then we move on to the next location. Okay? So once again, we are focusing when we hold the breath in. Okay? So that prana is energized with the energy from that particular point, that particular adhara. Okay? So we are beginning with left big toe. Now gently close your eyes. Guide your awareness to the left big toe. Breathe in. Focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Once again, breathe in. Bring the awareness back to the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Breathe in. Bring the awareness to the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Next point, second point, is known as Gudadhara. So this is basically our anal muscles, anal point. So once again, the methodology is the same. For those of you who know this mudra known as Ashwini mudra, if you know it and know how to perform it safely, please go ahead. If not, that's okay. Just bring your awareness to that region and focus on there. Okay? Close your eyes if you haven't already. Breathe in. Bring your awareness to the anal region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Relax. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Relax. Next point is the perineum, which is known as Mooladhara. That is the point between the anal region and the reproductive region, also known as root chakra. Okay. Breathe in. Awareness to the perineum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Once more. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Next one is known as Lingadhara. So we bring the awareness to the genital region, the root of the genital area. Normally in yoga tradition, they consider Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra. Actually, there are many chakras according to Siddha yoga tradition at this point. But for now, we are just going to focus on the region. Okay? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Relax. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. In again. 1, 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Okay. I may need you to open your eyes for a moment. Next one we are going to do is Jatara Adhara, lower abdomen. So you can place your palms like this, fingertips pressing a little bit into the lower abdomen, just above the genitals, but below the navel. Okay, both palms. Okay, press them just very lightly so that you feel the sensation. Okay, close your eyes. Breathe in. 1, 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Breathe in. 1, 9, 12. Breathe out. Once more. Breathe in. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe out. Next one is Nabhi Adhara. So that is navel chakra. So once again, you place your fingertips like this around the navel, on the navel. Okay. Close your eyes. Breathe in. 1, 9, 13. Relax. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. Next chakra, Hrudayadhara. So normally in yogic tradition, we go to the heart chakra and we focus on the lotus and etc. This is Hrudaya. In the Upanishads, they describe that just below the heart chakra, there is another lotus that is known as a Hrut Padma, meaning the heart lotus. A lot of times modern literature, modern teachers who teach chakra meditation, they are somehow ignoring this for whatever reason. But in Siddha Yoga tradition, we focus on that. So this chakra, this energy point rather, is below your rib cage. So wherever your rib cage ends, but a little bit above the diaphragm. So there is a gap there. That is where actually our individual soul is said to reside. So that is called Hrut Padma in terms of Upanishads, and Hrudaya Dara in Siddha Yoga tradition. Once again, after the rib cage is over, in the middle of the chest, okay, but above the diaphragm. So slightly press there in case, so that you can focus on the sensation and that point eventually. Okay. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. Once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. You can relax your hands. Next one is Kantadhara. This is at the base of the throat. So for those of you who know how to do the throat lock, you can do that. If you don't know, then that's fine. You can skip that and just focus on that point. Okay, so once again at the base of the throat. If you need help of the sensation of touch, you can place your fingers like this with one hand. Otherwise, you can just guide your awareness there. Close your eyes. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exhale. Okay, one last time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. Next few points of energy are located inside the throat all the way to the lips. For those of you who speak Sanskrit language or who took classes in Sanskrit language, you probably have learned how to adopt the techniques of your tongue touching different parts of the mouth. So first point is going to be at the back of the throat where your tongue begins. Okay, so you need to draw your tongue back, not raise the tongue. Don't raise the tongue, but draw the tongue back into the throat and try to cover that gap. Okay, so the idea is that there is a point from where nectar is going through into our system continuously. So yogis try to close that point because it goes into our stomach and gets digested. It's useless. I mean, it's used in basically our day-to-day life business. But yogis try to prevent the downfall of that nectar, that amrita, from the crown chakra area into the stomach area, okay, by plugging this hole. So you raise your tongue and you do it, that is known as Kechari Mudra. We are not doing Kechari. This is actually called Antarika Kechari, meaning inner Kechari Mudra. Okay, so you have to draw your tongue back as much as possible, touch the back of the throat. Okay, I think it's called vulva of the throat or something like that. I'm not very sure of the expression. So that's what you are going to do. Next point is going to be the beginning of what is called soft palate. Okay, so that's where your tongue begins actually. So you try to touch with the tongue that part of the mouth. That is actually in the roof of the mouth. So you have to raise the tongue a little bit, just the back of the tongue, raise it a little bit to touch that point. Then we come to the middle of the mouth, then lastly to the teeth, and then come again to the lips and go on. Okay, so first we begin with the back of the throat. Once again, don't raise your tongue, but push it as far back as possible, only if you are comfortable. Okay, close your eyes, breathe in, push your tongue to the back of the throat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. Relax your tongue also. Inhale again. Push the tongue back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, Talu Adhara, raising the back of the tongue a little bit to touch the beginning of the soft palate. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale. Okay. Now we are going to do Jihva Tala Adhara. So what we are going to do is make sure that both the rows of the teeth are connected, okay, like that. And then connect the tip of the tongue to the back of the teeth, especially where the 2 rows of teeth are meeting. Okay, so that's the focal point. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. All exhalation is through the nose. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Next one is called Nasadhara. So we are going to focus on the tip of the nose. You can do this with closed eyes also, but if you can do this with eyes open, that's great. But when you are holding the breath and when you are focusing, your eyes will look semi-closed because you are looking down at the tip of the nose. But if you can keep them open and really look at the tip of the nose and not blink. Not blink. That is the focus for the next 1 or 2 chakras, 1 or 2 points. Here, normally when we think of somebody's lifespan, we say, oh, that person lived 80 years or 90 years, like that. That is a human way of measuring the time. Universe has a different way of measuring how long we live, each being. So there are 3 factors that are given to us. It's like kind of like a bank balance that is given to us. So when I'm about to be born, universe goes, okay, Ram, here you are going to be born as a male human being. I am giving you so many breath cycles. 1 inhalation, 1 exhalation, 1 breath cycle. So we get a certain number of bank balance of those breath cycles. Okay, universe says, okay, 30 trillion breath cycles I'm going to give you. So as long as those 30 trillion breath cycle balance is there, doesn't matter I'm healthy, unhealthy, whatever it is, I'll be alive. Once they are gone, doesn't matter, I can look like Mr. Universe, with 6-pack and 8-pack, whatever, I got to go. Okay, so that is the idea. That is why in yoga, we always keep telling people, breathe slow, breathe long. Why? In terms of human measurement of time, you will live longer. Your breath balance will be the same, but in terms of human measurement of time, years, days, etc., you will live longer. Second factor, a bank balance that we get, how many times you blink. Okay, there is a particular aspect of prana called kurma that controls this. I have met many advanced yogis, enlightened yogis. They don't blink. They will always keep looking straight. There is a yogic practice that is given to us for the purpose of saving this blinking balance. What is that called? Anybody knows? Trataka. You have heard of Trataka? You put a dot on the wall and stare at it, basically, without blinking. You practice not blinking. Okay? Or you can concentrate on the flame of a candle. Again, not blinking. Okay? So anyway, we will go into this theory later on. So first we are going to focus on the tip of the tongue. Again, if you are not comfortable staring at it, you can close your eyes and just bring your awareness there. That's fine too. Otherwise, I recommend keep your eyes open, but don't blink as long as you are holding the breath. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out. Okay. Now we are going to focus on the higher tip of the nose. So not just between the eyebrows, but a little bit below that. So right there. Once again, you will be looking at it with your eyes open. Okay. If you cannot keep your eyes open, then closing the eyes is okay. But I recommend keeping your eyes open, no blinking. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out. Okay. Now Bhru Madhya Adhara. This corresponds to the third eye chakra. So you have the midpoint of the eyebrows a little bit above there. That's where you are going to focus. Once again, try and keep your eyes open. Okay. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out. No need to raise your head or eyebrows. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out. In. Out. Okay. Last one we are going to do. This is going to be on the crown chakra. So with the right palm, now you connect the tips of the thumb and the ring finger. Okay. If you can keep the rest of the fingers straight and together, that's great. Okay. Now place it on your crown chakra location. Here is the tricky part. Again, you are going to try and look at it. Okay. If you can, with your eyes open, try and look at that point of sensation. That's great. If you cannot do with eyes open, then you can close your eyes. But again, eyes should be rolled back and you try to see that point of connection. Okay. Breathe in. 1. Relax. Breathe in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Out. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Out. Okay. So these are the 16 adharas or bases of energy in our system. So we started the journey of meditation from the left big toe and completed the journey with crown chakra. Okay. If there are any questions, I will take them now. All forms of Indian art, music, dance, sculpting, pottery, all of these things actually are yoga applied to arts. Okay. So if you look at the Indian dance forms, especially something as ancient as Bharatanatyam, lot of mudras that are used in different traditions have been embedded into the art form. Same thing with music also. I present music using a musical instrument known as a sitar, which is born after or modeled after another musical instrument known as veena that goddess Saraswati holds. So if you, I don't know how many of you have seen veena or sitar. The veena or sitar actually corresponds to our spinal column. From cervical to thoracic to lumbar, if you count, we have 24 vertebrae. So veena has 24 musical frets to represent these 24 vertebrae. So like this, even if you take flute has 7 holes that represents the 7 chakras. So all Indian art forms basically take their cues from Indian yogic tradition and yogic practices. That is the reason perhaps Bharatanatyam also adopts this mudra. To this particular placement, basically the idea is also to connect with certain chakras. So that's why we started with this, right? Taking the energy from the knees to the shoulders. Okay, these are all our karmendriyas, hands, legs. These are karmendriyas. This is the indriyas means faculties with which we react with the world. So we are connecting all of that and taking all the energies and offering to the goddess. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So the breathing, when we get in, so when we inhale, is any restriction? So for example, someone has asthma, can they do this practice?
Yes, but according to their limitations or capacities, you can adjust the length of the count. Okay, so if you cannot do 16, generally speaking, in Siddha Yoga tradition, number 8 is considered very important. So if you cannot hold the breath for 16 for whatever reason, even if you have cold also, right, doesn't have to be asthma, then reduce the count to 8. So generally there is no guideline given to us how long you have to inhale or how long you have to exhale. The counts are all given about holding. As I said, this yoga practice in general, Siddha Yoga, is about retaining the pranic energy in and nourishing ourselves. So the focus is on inhale, holding the breath in. So if you cannot do 16, 8 is okay. Third one I am going to reveal in my next workshop. That's an incentive for you to attend my next workshop. What is the what? Okay, now I understand. Universe has a way. As I said, it's not just breath cycles and blinks. There is one more also. Universe has a way of managing that. Right by the time the person leaves the body, all the three are exhausted. Okay? We neither know that number, nor can we keep track of that number. Only universal intelligence. This is known as Mahat in terms of yoga philosophy. Only universe can do that for every soul, depending on their karma. Asharirakyam moksham, meaning liberation means not having to incarnate into a physical body. So basically, universe keeps track of all these three things and your connection with karma. As long as there is karma, there will be breath in the body. So when that karmic resolution happens, then all these three things will stop. Okay? That only universe knows how to manage, what is the count for each one, etc. Any other questions? Okay, I think we'll take one more question and then we'll wrap up.
Why did we have our eyes closed for the lower focus points and open from the nose upwards?
Very good question. Actually, I taught only very basics of Siddha Yoga and Shodasha Adharas today, but many of these practices lead to particular branches of yoga and also particular different mudras also. Okay, so Shambhavi mudra, similarly Amanaska yoga. Anybody heard Amanaska yoga? So this is called as, the vacant look of a yogi. So the yogi is looking at something, but yogis do not react to anything. So they have like something called vacant look. When we are looking at something, lots of reactions are happening in our mind, whether we express them or not. But when a yogi looks at something, they are not reacting to anything. This is known as Amanaska yoga. So this is possible with higher adharas. Okay, so that is the reason when we are coming to higher adharas, I wanted the eyes to be kept open. You can do them with eyes closed also, but it also leads to Shambhavi mudra and other Chakshu mudras. Many people think mudras are things you practice only with hands, but actually there are different categories of mudras. One category of mudras are known as Chakshu mudras, mudras you do with your eyes. Okay, so this will help later on in going into Shambhavi mudra and other advanced mudras performed with eyes. That's the reason I wanted the eyes to be preferably kept open. All right, so I think we'll wrap up for today. So we'll close the session with once again Guru Vandana, Ganesha Vandana and Bala. Okay, once again come to the top of your mats. Okay. Open your palms, look at them, going in. Left leg back, right leg back. Okay, sit on them if you can. Palms together in a triangular form. Bend forward. Come back up. Plant the palms. Okay. Come back to the original state. Okay. Now salutation to Ganesha. Take the left foot back. Okay. circle, offer to Ganesha. Left foot forward, come back to the original posture. Okay. Okay, thank you. So thank you very much for attending this morning's session. My name is Ram Vakkalanka once again. I teach many aspects of yoga as well as tantra. I'm also a Vedic astrologer and offer karmic readings. I also offer workshops and sound baths based on Nada Yoga, Indian classical music and raga system. You can know more about me by visiting my website www.ramvakkalanka.com, my name.com. I'm also on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Not much active, but you can connect with me there also. Okay, and if you are interested in continuing going deeper with the Siddha Yoga tradition, not only Adharas, there are other systems in Siddha Yoga tradition. Please feel free to share your email with me. Then I'll create a WhatsApp group and then try to connect everybody, and then we can take this forward. Okay. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Om.